Hi everyone, Huma here, and in today's session we are going to cover 3 AI tools that will increase your productivity and give you quality output as opposed to the generic content. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first one is Perplexity. This is one of my favorite tools for research purposes. It basically leans into all the authentic resources out there and make sure it's been listed and referenced properly. So once you log in, you can see the Perplexity.ai interface, which allow you to create new threads, have a big search bar in the middle of the page, and also allow you to choose incognito mode. This is very handy to basically contain your searches. So right now I'm going to use the incognito mode to allow me to search this in this session. Also, you can jump into the discover area, which lists out all the latest news and what's happening around the world. This I find is really handy because I can literally jump into different subsections and basically focus on tech area where my interest is, and definitely I think you can configure your own as well as you go along. Let's go back into the new thread. As part of my MBA, I've learned tons of frameworks that basically allow you to categorize and basically get the most out of the information. So let's say in today's research we're going to use the Porter's 5 forces and see what content is going to present. In the search box, I've already created this prompt. I'll be happy to drop it in the comments area for you to use. Here is the prompt. I'm going to ask and search this prompt, and here Perplexity is basically generating the output. And the interesting bit is that it's actually developed by Harvard Business School Professor Michael Porter's in 1979. That's really handy information. And then it's actually getting into the crux of the 5 forces around competitive rivalry, especially looking into the factors that influence the competition, threat of new entrants. That sounds like a really great content already. And again, it's giving me these references and where it's actually getting this input from, so that it's not literally hallucinating and creating content from the top of his head. As part of my prompt, as you may see, that I've given that, can you apply the framework to a real world case study of Beyond Meat? And it's gone and basically done a 5 forces analysis on Beyond Meat. And this is amazing. It says competitive rivalry is high, which is very interesting. This led to increased marketing. The plant-based meat industry is expanding in intensive competition beyond rivalry from established players like Impossible Foods and traditional meat companies. Score against every framework is really handy. Of course, this tells you where they need to watch out. Threat of new entrant, moderate, just because I guess it's saying because of the complexity of the product and also the technology behind it. And then it's of course going to threat of substitute is high, because again the meat products will always be the threat to the non-meat products. Bargaining power of suppliers, which is moderate, and high of bargaining power of buyers. Find this information really handy, just because when I was doing my MBA and we had to do 4 to 5 analysis for different case studies, we literally have to dig down every single aspects and again dig around the competition all by ourselves through multiple searches, and then also analyze, will it sit at the high, moderate level, and is again through Perplexity you're getting the detail to another level. Sounds amazing, and I think you can conduct a similar kind of analysis for your own organization and see where you have to basically watch out and where are the opportunities to grow and where are the threats or of new entrant, let's say. So that's Perplexity. And second tool of the day is Gamma. Gamma has been making waves in the creator community. To start with, the tool provides you about 400 credit, which allows you to use that towards creating and generating PowerPoints. And the interesting bit over here is that the PowerPoints are created with all the images embedded, and it allows you to choose different themes, which is literally amazing. Gamma's story itself is very impressive. They come up with the idea while trying to build a presentation for their own generative AI product. And how interesting that has led them to create this tool. which is literally mind-blowing, giving you the structure pre-embedded into the presentation so that you don't have to work hard. You just fill in the content and just get going with your idea. So let's see how we can use it in the real world example. And here is how I'm going to use it in today's session. So I've logged into gamma.app/create with my account. Once I logged in, it presents me with 3 options. Either I can start with some kind of a paste in tags, or I can create from scratch. I can always give them the URL or anything else, and it can actually create a presentation out of that. So let's get started with the most popular one, which is generate. It basically takes me to the interface where it's asking you, do I want an output of as a presentation, web page, or document? You can of course try all 3 in your own time, but in today's session we are going to just go and focus on the presentation because that was their main USP. As part of today's session, I'm going to use the prompt which was asking for Gamma to generate a deck for a cafe which is looking for a funding from the bank. So this is my prompt, as you may see here. And again, the little bit of caveat over here is that the prompt is roughly 70 words. If you go beyond that, you will struggle. You have to really trim it down and make sure that is what you want to say is compact in that number of words. Kind of a bit tricky because I would have loved to give a little bit more information, but let's see what is generate. Okay, so I'm going to press generate output. And it's actually creating all the different slides that is going to give me investment opportunity, market opportunity, product offer, proven recipes. Okay, it looks pretty good as of now. As you may see on the very left side of the screen, I have 320 credit because I've used some already. And this one will use 8 card and 40 credits. Okay, that's not bad. And at the very bottom, I'm asking for amount of text, but more like medium because of course I don't want to bore my investors with the tons and tons of content or text, essentially. I'm also asking Gamma to add some AI images. Okay, this is going to be transformative. Okay, let's press this button, continue. Okay. So it's pre-selected me the theme to start with, but however, I can choose my theme. If you have a preference around your brand already, you can choose a theme closer to that. This theme, okay? And we're gonna say generate. Pick a theme. Okay, it's coming, it's taking its time, of course, trying to understand what I'm asking. Okay, it's going pretty fast. Fourth, oh, even the roadmap. Some investment. Okay, all finished in literally no time, to be honest. If I go back, I love that image. It looks that posh cafe. That's amazing. Yeah, I didn't expect that, but see, and it also says generated by me. So new healthy cafe and investment opportunity, and that is going into the market opportunity, whereas I think, but yeah, I think it's giving me a starting point. And then it's getting into some product offerings, which is really good. To start with, it's amazing structure. And of course, this won't be it. If you're literally taking it to your professional investor, you might want to add more content to it, more depth in terms of your research, and bring some real numbers in terms of investment that you need and where you need that investment, all that stuff. So, but I think this is a great starting point. I love the fact that they have introduced amazing imagery throughout, and it looks very authentic and in line with the brand that I was looking for. And yeah, all the healthy stuff. And finally, the most interesting tool in the market, NoteBookLM. It is in the market from just only a month or so, and I have to say it has already found a space on our shelves. So I'm totally loving this one, and also looking forward to evaluating the competitor tool which was recently been announced, NoteBookLM by Meta. So let's go ahead and see how this tool can help you research within the confined parameters. This tool is so versatile that it can be used in multiple ways. So once we log in, you can see a screen which basically allow you to do an upload, a different type of documents that you can provide to the tool. Especially, I think you can provide the links from your Google Documents or Google Slides. You can go and define the parameters from external sources like links, website links, or even YouTube, which is amazing. And you can basically copy paste some of the text if you don't have, let's say, direct access to certain documents. As part of today's use case, I'm going to upload John Lewis annual reports from this year and last year and see if we can ask the interactive question and understand what their strategy has been and how they're looking to beat the competition, where they're bringing a different differentiation. One caveat over here is for sure you can only do sometime one document at a time, but yeah, watch out, drop the other one. So now it has already started to understand and analyze the content of this report. The report highlighted the partnership report of profitability in 2023 and 24, driven by the growth of customer numbers and sales across both Waitrose and John Lewis brand. The report outlines plan for further investment in stores. This is already great. What is the key driver? So you can, it's even suggesting you some of the questions you can ask. So let's go and see what is the quality of that one. What are the key drivers of John Lewis partnership financial performance in okay, what are the most significant risks facing? Yeah, this is pretty interesting, and this will help us analyze what are they basically trying to mitigate as part of their strategy moving forward. The tool is taking, of course, its time trying to understand which document to access and how they're gonna grab that information. So here it is. And the best part is you can literally go into where is picking up that content from. Cannot hallucinate. The concern that the current strategy may not respond to the challenges in the external environment. And of course, it's keep going about it. Okay, we can ask another interesting question. Who are your current suppliers? Okay, and let's see what it gets me. As a competition, you can analyze who they're picking their resources or products up and maybe see, what you can do. How does the growth of John Lewis look like year over year? And again, the good part is that you can go back to these numbers by clicking on these blobs and literally digging deep into it. One of the important thing over here I would like to mention is that once you close the NoteBookLM session, it's going to actually disappear, which is not intuitive, if I be honest. But to make your session save, you can actually save it like this and then go back and look into it. I simply wish that I have this tool when I was doing my MBA so that I can do, let's say, during my dissertation, I had to go through about 50 odd journals to find the references for my subject. However, if I had the access to NoteBookLM, could have provided those 50 resources right into the NoteBookLM and asked to just summarize and give me the output. And I think it goes beyond saying that we need to give a shout out to the podcast element of the NoteBookLM, which I personally really enjoy listening into. But I have to say that when I listen to different podcasts generated by the NoteBookLM, they all start in a similar pattern, and there are some inconsistencies when you listen to those podcasts, because in my dissertation podcast output from NoteBookLM, so within 1 minute of a time, the host and guest switched roles, and it was so odd, and I literally got confused. Who's asking who about what? Okay, that's not it. There are tons and tons of AI tools out there by now, which I would love to cover at some point, but that's it for today. I would recommend you highly to pick a tool, start experimenting. Don't give up so quickly or just move on to another one. Just give it a good chance to see how you can make it work for yourself rather than having to just find another tool to do another thing. And I think the switching won't help anybody to get the most out of these tools. Dig deep and enjoy the process. Thank you very much. Okay, that's it for today. I would like you to please like and subscribe. I know it's early days for me on the YouTube, but any bit of dopamine I can get would really help me keep going on this journey. So please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.